Hi and welcome to the final video of my Baltic Road Trip series. Last time we checked out my favorite stop on the trip as well as the supposedly ugliest part of Estonia. This time we are heading to our last stop on the trip, the capital of Estonia, Tallinn. The drive from my last town to Tallinn was fairly uneventful except for two things, the weather and raccoon dogs. I feel like I'm out in the Midwest. I'm going through all these towns, little farming towns with like just old farmhouses and abandoned houses. And it just feels like I'm out somewhere in the Midwest storm chasing. And every day that I'm driving, I think to myself, wow, wouldn't it be so cool if a tornado dropped on my drive? I would love it. I swear it's lowered over there. I wonder if you can see around the tree. Look at that. I swear it's lowered. So there's clearly like not much structure, and obviously there's not really a grid or there's too many trees. But I just get this feeling about the clouds here, and I am getting all worked up about it for days now, and especially today. I really think you could chase here in Estonia, and I'm convinced of it. And I feel like I want to do research about the weather here and like how many tornadoes they get and stuff, because I have this feeling about this area, and I'm convinced of it, and I want to just spend like an entire summer here and see if I can get a tornado or even just like a funnel or something. I'm convinced of it. I was getting so amped about the possibility of storm chasing, and as it turns out, Estonia gets a whopping average of 2 to 3 tornadoes a year, so it is possible. Look at this, you could totally chase out here. I would. You get visibility out here. And I swear there was a storm back there, and I swear that one looked like it had a lowering too. Like, wouldn't that be really exciting if that just started rotating and then put down a tornado? And the land is nice and flat, and okay, there's trees here, but it is pretty flat. Oh my gosh, I almost hit this animal. Literally, my heart is pounding out of my freaking chest right now. Oh. It was this really cute thing. I don't know. I already saw a dead one of it actually on the road, and it hobbled out in front of my car, and I slammed on my brakes and swerved, which I know you're not supposed to do, but whatever, I did it. Thank God I didn't see it in my rearview mirror. It obviously made it. The animal I was referring to was a raccoon dog, which is a non-native species originally from East Asia and which is more closely related to a fox than a raccoon. They are terribly cute though. Route just to film these. Right before I got to Tallinn, I made a stop off to film some more Soviet apartments. Like, really many. Okay, why do they love that blue and yellow look? It's so ugly. Wow, green and yellow, some variation. I was too tired to explore that first day, but the next day I headed into Tallinn's medieval old town. Tallinn is located on Tallinn Bay on the Gulf of Finland and is just a 2 to 2.5 hour ferry ride from Helsinki, or a 20-minute plane ride. I had originally considered doing this when I was planning my trip, but all the flights I saw were on this plane, and I will not do a turboprop, so that was out of the question. When I first started walking around Tallinn, I had mixed feelings. It's a very beautiful town with a lot to see, but there were so many tourists. Too many tourists for me. Riga had the least amount of tourists, Vilnius was second, and Tallinn by far had the most tourists. Lots of French tourists, lots of group tours, cruise ships coming in. It was just a little much for me. If you're able to go there off season, I would definitely recommend that if you're not into crowds. As usual, my method for exploring was to just wander around and take everything in.
Also, FYI, I'm pretty positive there was free Wi-Fi in the center of Old Town, but don't quote me on that. This is the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, and it was built in the late 1800s when this area was still part of the former Russian Empire, in case you can't tell. This is the Tallinn Town Hall. It's the oldest town hall in North Europe and was first mentioned in 1322. On my way back, I stopped at a few art galleries. I really loved the art in Tallinn, and I walked through Kadriorg Park. It was beautiful and peaceful there, and there were so many trails to take. There were flowers, water features, and even a few museums. Walking around here was my favorite part of the day, and you should definitely come here at least once if you visit Tallinn. I just got done exploring, well, not done, done for the day. I probably barely scratched the surface, but I'm in Tallinn and it's very crowded. It's a really cool old town. It's like there's so much to see. There's so many museums and restaurants and art galleries and parks and like a lot of historical stuff. But I just really liked my walk right now in the garden, in the park by my place because it was nice and mellow, and I really like Tallinn, but I cannot stand the crowds. The next day, my mission was art. I stopped by a gallery I'd gone in the day before and got a vase, a print, and a little dolphin for my sister. I was beaming on my way back to my apartment and felt like I was carrying precious cargo. I love the pieces I got, and having art I can look at every day is a much more meaningful memento for me than any trinket from a souvenir shop. After some lunch, I went back to Kadriorg Park. I know I say this every video, but I really don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, to check out the Kumu Art Museum. I hate to say this because I just love going to art museums, but this one was not doing it for me. I personally didn't feel like it was worth it, despite all the high reviews I read about it online. The first floor, which had art from the 1800s to early 1940s, was really nice. The section with the Soviet art was okay, and the contemporary or modern art section, which I normally love, was no comment.
There were 2 other temporary exhibits, which were kind of interesting. Before I headed back to my apartment, I decided to head down to the waterline to this beach, where, much to my surprise, lots of people were walking around and sunbathing. It smelled like literal, actual shit. Like, I'm like, is there like a sewage leak? Like, what is going on here? It smells straight up like poop, and people were just like laying out and like enjoying themselves. As I was getting closer, I was like, what is that smell like? Is there a, like a public bathroom or something around here? Or is there, like, what did they fertilize the park or something? Because I was still in the park and I'm like, why does it smell like big time poo? And then when I got down to the water, I was like, oh my gosh, it reeks down here. And there were people like laying out and going in the water, I think, and people just like hanging out on benches, even in the park where it smelled like massively smelled like poo. People were just like sitting on the benches, hanging out and talking. I'm like, is nobody else smelling the extreme smell of sewage? I've never smelled a beach that bad in my life. It smelled like poo, like big time poo. Okay, it's the last day of my road trip. I'm flying to Geneva tomorrow and I'm really not ready to be done with this trip. It just felt like it went so fast and I could easily spend like 3 months exploring the Baltics. So I think I'm gonna have to come back and do like an extended stay here. And there you have it. I made a full circle over the course of 19 days and it felt like a whirlwind. I would totally go back to the Baltics. It's beautiful, it's fairly easy to drive in, there's a lot to see, I love the food, and I'm really interested in seeing it in the winter as well. So if you're thinking about going to the Baltics, I say go for it. And I hope you found this series helpful and or entertaining. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you'd like to see my next series where I head to a part of the world I've never been to before and where I had some fabulous adventures. And if you love road tripping like me, then trust me, you will love this next series. One of my top 3 road trips for sure. Okay, see you next time.